Hello, my sussy gotcha gamers, and do you guys want to know what the 3 best teams in Arena are right now? Well, don't worry, because I'm going to show you all 3 teams today. I'm going to show you how to build these teams. I'm going to show you what teams these are good against, what team these are bad against. So let's go ahead and hop into it now and talk about the 3rd best team on this list. All right, guys, so the 3rd best team on this list, I would have to say is this comp right here using Prune Juice Cookie. Now, guys, on this team, we're going to be using Moonlight, BTS, Prune Juice Cookie, Stardust Cookie, and also Holly Berry Cookie. Now, guys, as far as treasures go with this team, we're going to be using Whistle, Attack Scroll, and Cooldown Clock. Now, keep in mind, guys, for the rest of this video, you can replace the common cooldown clock with the epic one if you have it max level. If you don't, then I wouldn't recommend it, but you can replace it for that if you have it. Also, if you're a newer player to the game and you don't have your epic attack scroll maxed out, you can also use the Disciples Magic Scroll, the rare variant of it. If you have it maxed out, it'll provide you some defense and some extra attack. So just keep that in mind for the rest of the video and going forward. All right, guys, but hopping into the toppings now, Holly Berry is going to be using full almonds with a focus just on damage resist. On Poop Juice Cookie, we're going to be using full almonds with a focus on damage resist and cooldown. You want to try to get that cooldown to as close to 8% as possible if you can. On Stardust Cookie, we're going to be running full crit jellies with a focus on damage resist and cooldown as high as you can get it. Mainly focusing on damage resist. Get that damage resist as high as possible, guys. On Mommy Moonlight, we're going to be running full Swift Chocolates with a focus on damage resist and cooldown. You want to try to get damage resist and cooldown both over 20% if possible. The higher damage resist, the better, but you definitely want that cooldown over 20% as well. And finally, for the BTS Cookie, full Swift Chocolate with just a focus on cooldown. You don't need anything else other than just cooldown on these BTS cookies. Attack will help you heal a little bit more. Attack speed will help you heal a little bit more, but your main focus is just going to be on cooldown, guys. All right, guys, hopping into our first match here against what this team is really good against, and that is kind of like the old meta comp using Werewolf in the front. Not the Capsaicin comp. Basically, the new meta comp is replacing Werewolf with Capsaicin, but this team is really good against the Werewolf comps, and it absolutely slaps them, and honestly, it slaps most of the teams in Arena, barring 2 teams. So yeah, I'm going to be showing you guys those 2 teams it loses against after this, and then we'll move on to the second and first best team, which I think in Cookie Run Arena is. So let's go ahead and look at this match here. Yeah, this team is absolutely taking a smacking 10 off the Benjamin against this Werewolf comp here. So let's go, easy clap. Yeah, this team does pretty good against the Werewolf comp. So yeah, that's not the Capsaicin comps or scam comps, but definitely against the Werewolf comp, this team does pretty good against. So yeah, guys, easy win, easy clap right there. And let's go ahead and talk about the 2 comps is bad against. All right, guys, hopping into a second match here against a comp that actually does really good against this comp, which is the new Capsaicin comp. Anyways, let's go ahead and test it out here and see what this team does against my team. Hey, yo, let's go. Easy clap. Let's see. If we win this match, then it might be because I outlab them or my toppings are better than theirs, like a lot better. But normally this team does lose against Capsaicin comps, so I'd be surprised if this team wins here, because every match I've faced up until this point, they have lost against Capsaicin comps. So yeah, hopefully this is a pretty easy victory, or pretty easy victory. I don't know why I'm saying victory. I'd probably lose this. Yeah, as you can see here, guys, we did take a fat L there. Like I said, normally this team does lose against the Capsaicin comp team, so just keep that in mind when you're in Arena. Also, guys, this team does lose against Scam comp as well. I think that should be fairly well known because there's nothing to really stop the team from scamming. Anyways, yeah, that's gonna do it for the 3rd best team, though. As you can see, we did take a fat L right here. But yeah, we're going to hop into the 2nd best team now in Cookie Run Arena, which I think to be is the Capsaicin comp. Alright, guys, going ahead and hop into the 2nd best team now. This team is going to be using Pure Vanilla Cookie, Moonlight, Stardust, Holly Berry, and Daddy Capsaicin Cookie. As far as treasures on this team, guys, we're going to be using Cooldown Clock, Attack, Scroll, and also the Whistle. But before we hop into the toppings, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button because only 5% of you guys are actually subscribed to the channel, and it would help the channel out to grow if you guys would hit that subscribe button. We're trying to push 1,000 subscribers by the end of April, so it would really help out if you guys click that. Anyways, guys, let's go ahead and talk about the toppings now. As far as Holly Berry goes, guys, we're running full almonds just with really a focus on damage resist, nothing really much to it. On Capsaicin Cookie, we're running full almonds with a focus on damage resist as well, nothing really much to it. Maybe you can throw some attack speed on to help out, get a little bit more damage out. On Stardust, we're going to be using full crit jellies with a focus on damage resist and some cooldown. Try to get as much cooldown and damage resist as you can here, but really full crit jellies with just a focus on damage resist is the main thing. On Mommy Moonlight, we're going to be running full Swift Chocolate, which is really just a focus on damage resist and cooldown. You want to make sure both of these stats are over 20% to make this work the best that it can work. And finally, on Pure Vanilla Cookie, we're running full almonds just with a focus on damage resist. That's really all you need. So guys, let's go ahead and take this into a couple matches now to show off what this team is good against. All right, guys, hopping into our first match here against the old Werewolf comp, which this team is obviously pretty good against. This is the direct replacement for that team, I believe. So yeah, let's just see how this team does here. Hopefully it just wipes the floor with fucking Werewolf's asshole or something. Yeah, he had knockback. What the hell? Yo, Stardust is dead. I don't even know the Stardust is on their team. Stardust died really quick on their team. Our Stardust isn't dead yet, so that's a very Pog champion move right there. Let's go. Easy clap. But yeah, as you can see, we tore that team up pretty and fairly quickly there. Let's go. Easy clap. Get ratioed plus L. All right, guys, hopping into our second match now. This team is pretty good against Scam Comp. That Capsaicin in the front doesn't die, or he has his immortality after he gets stunned. And on top of that, he also does a lot of AoE damage against the enemy. So yeah, absolutely snapping, absolutely clapping. Yeah, he's gonna put in the work right here. Slam. Yeah, he went down to low health there. He didn't die. He came back to life. And now he's just putting in the work against this team here. Daddy Capsaicin killed most of the team with his fire damage. Like I said, guys, fire damage has the highest tick rate in the game. So if you can get anything with fire damage, you're going to be dealing a lot more damage than poison damage normally, just because of that extra tick rate that you're going to be getting with fire damage. Absolutely destroyed that comp there. And yeah, this is why this is, I think, to be the second best team in the game. Very close contender for my first best team in the game. The only reason I don't put it there is because the first best team can best this team with one cookie swap. That being the Scam Comp with Team Night Cookie. The Scam Comp, I think, is the best team in the game, and I'll tell you the reason why when we hop into that team now. But this team will lose against Scam Comp with Team Night Cookie. Alright guys, and now what I believe to be the best team in Cookie Run Kingdom, that being the Scam Comp. I mentioned it in the part before. Scam Comp, I think, is the best team in Cookie Run Kingdom just because it is really, really versatile. It's easier to build than most other comps, and also you really only have to switch one cookie out if you want to make this team work in a different way. This team is also really easy to build as far as toppings goes too. Just all around an easy to build team, and also this team smacks in arena. So guys, on this team we're going to be using Squid Ink, Captain Caviar, Moonlight, Milky Way Cookie, and Space Donut Cookie. As far as treasures go, we're going to be using Whistle, Attack Scroll, and Revive Feather. For this comp in particular, there's a couple different ways you can go with this, and I'll go ahead and talk about it now. If you're wanting to counter other scam comps, all you have to do is swap out Milky Way Cookie for Charles Cookie, and that's a counter to other scam comps right there. And if you're wanting to stop the new Capsaicin comp, all you have to do is swap out Milky Way for Tea Night Cookie and change out your Feather for Insignia, and you'll beat those comps pretty easily. And that's the reason why this team is so good and at my number one. It's really versatile, plus it only requires one legendary cookie. And also, we're going to talk about the toppings now. On Space Donut Cookie, we're running full Swift Chocolates with a focus on damage resist and cooldown. You do not need these stats nearly as high as I have them. You could probably get half the stats with the same result. These are just my guild boss toppings that I use on them, and I'm not going to swap my toppings around if they're already good enough. On Milky Way Cookie, we're running full Swift Chocolates with just a focus on cooldown. That's all we're really focused on there. On Captain Caviar, we're running full Raspberries with just a focus really on cooldown and attack. You don't need any damage resist really. It'd probably be better if you got lower damage resist because you want him to die and proc the Feather off. On Moonlight Cookie, we're running full Swift Chocolates just with a focus on damage resist and cooldown. Like I said, you don't need your substats this high, but you want to make sure that they're all surviving over Captain Caviar because you do want Captain Caviar to be the one that dies first. And finally, for Squid Ink Cookie, we're running full Raspberries with a focus really just on cooldown and attack. You probably want more attack than I have. You maybe want to get a little bit damage resist if yours is dying really quickly. This does mean you do need Squid Ink level 50 for their candy though, but yeah, that's what we're using right now. Alright guys, so we're going to hop into our first match here against a Werewolf comp, the old comp from last season, to see how well this comp really does against this team. Alright guys, let's take a look and see if our team can blast through the heavens here and destroy Milky. Okay, as you can see there, our Captain Caviar did die. We get the extra missiles off there and we kill the whole team. That's why it's essential to get Captain Caviar to get the revive on this team, because he does mean so much to this team as far as coming back with that revive to deal that extra damage needed to kill the rest of the team. He also aids in getting the defense down, so Squid Ink is doing more damage as well. Like I said guys, this team is really versatile, so going against Scarlet Disco here, all we're doing is swapping out Milky Way for Tea Night Cookie and swapping out Feather for Insignia, and all Tea Night is running is literally just full almonds just with a focus on damage resist. You don't need any other substat other than damage resist. You want him to be the last one to survive basically. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take it to our match here against this Capsaicin comp to show you how this team is going to beat this Capsaicin comp now. Alright, hopping into the match here. For this, we don't want Captain Caviar to revive. You honestly want all the other cookies to die other than Tea Night, because when they die, he's going to be giving an HP buff for the rest of the team. As you can see, we killed basically the whole team there. His fire damage is going to constantly kill the rest of the team here. Moonlight's dead, which also gives him an HP buff. And the more we kill, the more HP buffs and attack buffs that T-Knight's going to get. And once we kill them all, of course, we have the insignia buff afterwards. But our Squidding did survive there, and T-Knight was left alive, and we absolutely destroyed that comp. Alright guys, hopping to our third and final match here, we're going to be facing another scam comp that is actually going to be using Charles Cookie in the front. This will be a great example of how Charles does beat the normal scam comp. I do plan or intend on losing this match because I want to show you how strong that Charles can be against normal standard scam comps. And if you ever come up against this in arena, you could use the Capsaicin comp if you have that comp built, or if you don't, you'd probably just need to go in with that Charles comp as well, or run a BTS Cookie. BTS can help out a lot against Charles and nullify their damage. But yeah, as you can see here, Charles basically just destroyed my whole team there single-handedly. Yeah, so Charles is really good against scam comps, guys, so just keep that in mind when running this team. You can literally swap out for Milky Way, T-Knight, or Charles Cookie to give you versatility for 3 different situations of teams, and those are all epic cookies, so you're not having to rely on like a super epic like Capsaicin, or having Stardust, or having a stacked team. That's why I think this team is the best team for Cookie Run Arena right now. Anyways, guys, tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. That's going to do it for today's video. Remember to subscribe, because I will get you if you don't. Sussy, sussy bakas. Anyways, bye guys, see you later. Bye-bye.